come on, man. I can't just leave you back there. She's going to be mad.
Hey.
Hey, Nick. She'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy 4th and stuff.
Yeah, you too. I hope
Thanks.
you had a lot of fun. I'm a fun guy. I'm a ton of fun. So
I've heard. I've heard.
But yeah, so I've been MIA because I had a lot of time with the family. We did a bunch of, the 4th of July stuff, parade, fireworks. I think we are going to do more after I'm done on here, but I wanted to come and talk about this HRO thing, which is just, it's marvelous.
Isn't it?
The most annoying part is that it is serious. So, it's complete bullshit, but it's a sort of Damocles hanging over your head. Because if you do anything wrong, they can call the cops and you can get arrested. And it's like an automatic 36-hour arrest or something stupid if you get tagged for it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a nice awakening, I guess. He'll learn the legal system pretty quickly, I think, on the 15th, because his idea of taking out a restraining order is ridiculous in so many ways. One of the big ones is that he did it the day after his hearing, right? And a lot of people said it's kind of retaliatory, or it kind of seems retaliatory. And one of the things I want to point out is that he was talking prior to his hearing about how he had an epiphany, and he had been at work writing something. Hi. Yeah, so he, it's one thing that he filed this, but he had his epiphany, and he says specifically, leading up to his hearing, that he was writing something and that the internet wasn't going to like it. He had worked on something, and everybody assumed it was his defendant letter. But I think we know now what his epiphany was and what he was working on. He was working on writing an HRO that he filed the next day. And his epiphany was he was going to put everything to bed and walk away. And so it seems like his idea was to utilize an HRO to instigate a mutual silence. But that's retaliatory. It's planned out, and it's absolutely a way to get back at the husband of his victim. And if the judge is going to learn about that. That's the funny thing about these HROs, is that like they get granted pretty broadly because they don't want to, they don't want someone to get stabbed, right? Or something like that. So they grant them that way. It's like, well, there was an HRO, like, so we knew something was going on. They grant them a lot, but once you have to defend them, you have to bring in evidence of all this stuff. And so he's going to have to go before a court and talk about how I've done all the things that I've done, and how that it could possibly amount to stalking. And if he gets to, or not stalking, but harassment. And if he gets to the level of harassment, then we get to answer. And we may not even get to answer, on the HRO itself. But I think he's about to find out about Rule 9. Rule 9 is a rule of general practice in Minnesota against frivolous litigation. And typically Rule 9 requires that you have a grace period where you allow someone to withdraw the offending document within 21 days. But the judge doesn't have to give that grace period if there's any, good cause not to do that. And the good cause on this is you can't wait 21 days to withdraw a frivolous HRO. But I mean, my liberty has been restricted by this HRO. I have to abide by it. There are things I can't say. My First Amendment is mildly impacted. I mean, I'm not making a big deal out of this, but when the court takes away liberty, you have to have facts to back it up, and he doesn't, and it's going to be really, really ugly. And I'm gonna ask the court to make him pay for it because I have a lawyer. I think he might be out of money. Because I don't know why he doesn't have a lawyer to do this. He should have. A lawyer would have told him not to.
I was just gonna say, do you actually think he's gonna show up on the 15th?
Yes. If he doesn't show up, he's really, really dumb. Like that would be a terrible move for him. So he has this problem. he's engaged like I am, right? I have the same problem. I'm engaged with the courts on multiple things. I have my criminal case, which is now spurring into a quasi-civil case with the body cam footage. I have my ongoing litigation with Monograph that's now like 2 years old or whatever. I have possible pending litigation and some other stuff. Like I'm in the court system. So is he. He has his criminal case, and now he's asking the court for stuff. So if you start asking the court for stuff and you're within its jurisdiction already, like, and you don't show up for things, it doesn't go well, like, especially when you ask. So if he doesn't show up and he's forced me to prepare for a hearing that he had no intention of going to, that would be bad for him. Yeah. Like that would be not a good thing at all. Another thing I want to point out, like, and this is funny because I don't think this made it into the video supercut, but I was thinking about this today, and I have no problem saying this up front. I know that they say, like, don't forecast your moves, but when you have a sledgehammer and a rail spike is sitting in front of you, you can forecast your moves all day because the rail spike isn't moving, the sledgehammer's swinging. And so I'll just flat out say that when Kayla and I got back from Los Angeles for Dick Masterson's wedding, it was a Monday night, and we went out for karaoke at a local bar, and one of his fans sent him a message live on air that we were at the karaoke bar. Now, a sensible person in general, especially one who's terrified of big, monstrous, muscly me, a sensible person would just ignore that message while they were live on air. But he decided to broadcast the location of Kayla and I publicly by, saying that Nick's out at this bar in Spicer doing karaoke, or in Wilmer doing karaoke. And like, this is something that he did just in the past couple months. And this is just one of the myriad examples. He has no problem broadcasting the location of Kayla and I, who are public and who are, as we're told by him and his audience, we're reviled in our community. So putting that location out actually does put us in some level of distress. And this is the person who's trying to take out an HRO. I've never done this at all. And he's claimed that I went to some business or something hoping that he's there. As I laid out on Patrick's show after the court hearing, when we go to businesses in St. Cloud, we have to make sure he's not there. Like because if he is there and we go in, he has to leave, and we don't want to do that. Like if he's there with his kids, we just don't ever want to see him.
Right.
We don't ever want to see him. And the first time I have seen him in, I think since April 30th of last year, I think that was the last time I saw him physically. I mean, this is the first time I even saw him since then. Like the idea that there's any sort of harassment or intimidation or whatever for me is absolutely ludicrous. And he didn't even see me in the courtroom. He didn't see me that day at all. I wasn't standing with the other people. So he's flat out lied to the court. It's going to be a bloodbath. I don't know how else to describe it.
And the same thing he mentions in the HRO, a continual harassment by way of text or phone calls. And I'm thinking, well, that should be easy enough to prove that is untrue, right? Like,
yeah, it's
and
really,
the Google thing.
Cool. He said he's broadcast proudly the last message exchange between us, right? The one where I said the world will be a better place if you yourself. You should strongly consider it or whatever, which some people think I shouldn't have said that, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. But he's shown the text. It's a real text. I have no reason to deny it. And his response was, okay, addict. And he blocked me according to him. And my Signal app says he's not on Signal, which he had deleted. He deleted Signal sometime shortly after that in April. I think April 13th, April 12th or 13th, he deleted Signal. And then as far as text messages go, I haven't sent him any text messages, since that day. So I don't reach out and talk to him. I've never attempted to reach out and talk to him. I have nothing to say to him. So that's it. I don't know. That's another one. He's going to have to pony up the evidence of this. And if he tries to manufacture a call log or something, which I do not think he will do. I think he is incompetently filing something because he doesn't believe that this is real. Like, he doesn't believe that this is reality, and he's now playing in the arena of the most real thing ever, which is the judicial system. He's like, no, it's just the internet, bro. Like, this is just to get you to stop talking. It's like, no, this is not. This is a restraining order that you don't deserve.